And we are live.
Awesome.
Sort of live. Thanks for coming on, mate.
Oh, thank you very much, man. When you got in touch, I took it right to my team, and I said it's something I wanted to do. Believe it or not, this is actually my first time on a podcast.
You know, I've had about 4 or 5 podcast virgins.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I like to take the cherry.
you popped my cherry, man. Here I am. To be honest, I've listened to a few podcasts. Ones that really intrigue me. Sent me a link. I really like the link to the video that you sent me and checking out your story, man. It was awesome.
Thank you very much.
It was really cool. So yeah, I was happy to get on board with this. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's a lovely little project of mine that I started. And yeah, it just seems to have gone strength to strength, really. And
that's great, man.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a roller coaster for me. Like I mentioned in our little messages that I sent you. When I first started the podcast, I had a bit of negative sort of trolling feedback to start with, saying that I was making it up, I was lying. And I was like, I was really down and out, but it was my brother, my missus, and some close mates were like, Tommo, just fucking power through it. And
yeah, some people have nothing better to do, man.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. It's the thing in it, because everyone's got a phone, everyone's got an iPad or something.
Exactly.
Not face to face, so they're like, fuck it.
Exactly. I mean, to be honest, I know it's a bit different, but man, I used to I wouldn't say give people shit, but like when I was like, everyone's got access to the internet now. Even when I was like 12 or whatever, you could go on like MSN and like right shit
right
about
back
things.
there, MSN Messenger.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know. Yeah, but like you could like write. We used to loads of stuff. So like you say, anyone with a half decent phone can do what they want nowadays. So nice one for persevering, man. And look what it's brand.
Yeah, it's definitely on the up. But for those of you that don't know Adam, he's fucking brilliant. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I think you might have liked a post from Mason Jones. I think that's how I sort of saw you.
Yeah, I just
now
onto that,
UFC.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah, the now
I
UFC
know, that is
guy.
awesome. Yeah, that is so awesome.
And I was like,
shout out to him. That is.
I was like, ooh, who's this? I had a little look. Found you on Spotify, started listening to music, and straight away, mate, I'm not even fucking just because you're on the show. Love it. It's my
man, I appreciate that.
Sort of acoustics type vibe music.
Yeah.
Lovely, mate. Honest.
Well, I just thought you can't go wrong with pop. Yeah, but you can't go wrong with pop music, man. So I was coming in. Coming in on a high with some acoustic pop. But no, I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Things have been going good, like you say. I've been working on this for quite a long time now, and things are slowly starting to move with the album coming out in like 2 days. The album comes out, which is
I did
pretty
see.
Awesome. I'm fucking nervous about it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I bet.
I feel like I've been making it for literally the last 4 or 5 years, and it's coming out tomorrow, and I'm kind of like double checking in my head, like, did I pick the right songs? Or...
Is it ready?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's gonna be class, mate. Honest, I'm
man,
sure.
I don't know. I hope so, but yeah, for sure. But that I wanted to speak about that Mason Jones. I think that's awesome, man. Like, I didn't really know. It's great that you had him on the show, because I didn't really hear of him beforehand. I'm not huge into UFC myself, but obviously he was doing semi-pro stuff, obviously before amateur stuff. Yeah. And to just see, like, obviously, I try and push the Welsh angle quite a lot, especially with music, trying to come out of Wales and do some more stuff for Wales. It seems like everyone's from England or like, I'm trying to push Wales out there, man. Just like trying
for you, like, no, to be fair, like my mum's Welsh, so I'm technically half Welsh.
Oh, really?
Yeah. My mum's from Bargoed originally, and you fucking produce so much good shit. Like now, like, obviously rugby is obviously your main export, should we say?
Yeah, let's say.
But singer wise, some fucking brilliant singers. Like, I think everybody in Wales can sing. That's like a rule, isn't it?
I don't know. I mean, I've got like a big family. I've got 4 brothers and 2 sisters, and all of them. All the boys can sing, but the girls, like my sisters in general, are just tone deaf, man. It's so tight on them, because we, like, as a family, will, like, well, we used to when COVID wasn't around. We'll go out and do karaoke all the time just for a laugh. Just get wasted and do karaoke. Hilarious, you know. It's so tight because my sister would come on and do Purple Rain or something and absolutely murder it. You know?
It's like, get down. Terrible.
Yeah. Well, it's funny at the time, but you think back in the morning hungover.
Brilliant.
Wish you wouldn't have went there. Yeah.
That's awesome, though. Man. That's awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I take it you're quite close. Tend to find the Welsh are quite close knit families.
Yeah, I try to be. You know, obviously I don't live with them anymore. I live in down south. I'm in Bristol at the moment. I've lived here for a few years now, and I love the city. But you know, no place is like home, is it?
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah. I still because we're me and my brother. We grew up in Hereford, so not too far away from Wales, really. Which I'll get a lot of shit for now. All the lads will be like, Tommo, you're Welsh. It's like, I'm not Welsh. Half Welsh, right? Even though my brother convinced me for a good 4 to 5 years that I was born in Cardiff.
Oh, really?
You know, back in the day when you were on your parents' passports.
Yeah.
So I never had a passport. So I was like, all right. He was like, yeah, you were born in Cardiff, mate. You're Welsh. So then I was like, fucking hell. Telling everyone, no, I'm Welsh. Born in Cardiff. If I get selected in rugby, I'm going to play for Wales and football.
Oh, they've stung you right up there.
And then
I don't know if you want to play for Wales.
I got my passport. And it's like, it's born in Swindon. What?
There you go. Well, England have got a pretty good. England's rugby team do bits, but their football team I prefer. I mean, I don't know if you want to play Wales football.
Well,
it's got a bit. It's a bummer.
Yeah,
I don't know. The World Cup comes around every year, and all the international competitions, and I'm quite patriotic. Well, the Welsh are quite patriotic, especially when it comes to the rugby. With football, I try and keep a high spirit, but it's never really.
To be fair, the last tournament you guys were all right. The Euros.
We did all right in the Euros. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, you did all right with that. Did better than we did.
It was a Cinderella story that just came back and got you right in the heart. It was lovely.
It did, mate. It was good. It was good. But yeah, going back to your point there about the patriotism as a fucking word to say when you're having a whiskey, innit?
That's a word.
I went to see, this is a few years back now, I went to see Wales, France at what was then the Millennium Stadium. It's now the Principality Stadium or something.
Yeah.
Oh my word. The singing of the national anthem, I was like fucking goosebumps, mate. Like the 80,000+ people belting that out at the top of their lungs. I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Mum next to me belting it out. I was like, I've never even heard you sing anything.
But I've only, to be honest, I've only been to the Six Nations in the Principality once, and that was last year. No, the last Six Nations. And so we always sing the national anthem. I'm usually in the pub watching the Six Nations, right? So obviously the pub goes off. It's great, especially in Wales, you know. But the game I went to on the last Six Nations, I was getting ready to sing the national anthem with everyone, and it started, and literally I didn't sing a word, man. I was just mesmerized. I was looking around, and you could just feel the fucking earth shaking. It's good, intense. It's a hell of a feeling.
I'll tell you what's funny, right? So Hereford being the complete backwards city that it is, when the rugby's on, everybody in Hereford seems to be Welsh. Like,
really?
You go into the pub and you're like, hang on a minute, the football's on last week and you're wearing an England top. What the You're not Welsh. Fucking mad.
You're not Welsh. Hereford, is that? Where is Hereford?
It's literally on the border. It's by Monmouth, and it's about half an hour away from Abergavenny, I guess.
Okay, yeah. Okay, no, because I do know where it is, because every time I go home to North Wales, like the train from Bristol to try and get to North Wales is the worst, man. The route is ridiculous. It goes like into Wales, out of Wales. It's a joke, but it's usually via Hereford.
Yeah. So if I go home, because I'm at the minute I'm in Kent at the minute. Where I moved to after leaving the military, and so if I'm going home on my own without the missus and the kids, I'll take the train. So I go via Paddington. I have to then go. This is mad. So you go Paddington to fucking Newport, and then Newport back to fucking Hereford. It's like, why am I going past Hereford?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you get the direct train, but then it takes like an extra hour long. It's like, how is it an hour longer?
I know. Honestly, it is insane. I have thought that. And the train, I mean, I don't know how long that train is, but the train that I take to get home is like 5 hours long.
It's mad, isn't it?
It's
whereabouts in North Wales are you then?
A town called Llandudno, Conway, Holyhead. Yeah, Llandudno. So yeah, but you might know. You probably know Holyhead or Anglesey. Yeah. So all there, but it's a funny place to live because half of the people, like, say if Llandudno is here, you have like the people who are closer to Cardiff and Anglesey, get the Welsh accent.
Yeah.
But the other half are closer to Liverpool, and we all sound Scouse. So like half of the town sounds Scouse, and half of the town sounds Welsh. It's ridiculous. And every time I go places like even London, but usually it's like if I'm in the States or most European countries, and people are, where you're from, you say, and everyone's like, you're from Liverpool originally. I'm like, fucking no, I'm well, no.
Fucking no.
Fucking no. I just get that. I all the time. I don't know what it is, but I've got that. We call it squelch, which is
squelch. That's not a bad word. Yeah, squelch.
No,
dirty.
it's not bad. I don't usually like. I personally, I don't usually favour the Liverpudlian accent, especially when I try and speak like it, because I feel like it comes out quite aggressive.
It's quite an aggressive accent anyway, isn't it, really?
Yeah, like, so I'm not aggressive, man. I'm cool and calm, I like spread love and not war.
You got the flowing locks and
I was gonna let it loose, but not tonight.
The flowing locks, let it just, because you're worth it, let it out.
Honestly, I thought this was going to be a pain in the ass because I'm not one of these to kind of have like styles, like boys are like, I've got a best friend who's had the same haircut since we went to school, like it's a style. Like I've never really, I usually grow it to this length and then I've 3 times now I just shave it, number 2, and then go again. And just let it grow out again.
I'm pretty much like your mate. I've pretty much been like military style head since I was about fucking 8, I think. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah, my brother, very much like you, his hair fucking changes with the wind, mate. At the minute, I call him the samurai because he's got fucking half up, half down with a fucking thing. I went home the other day and I looked at him and I went, what the fuck are you doing with your hair? And he went, annoying, innit? I was like, yeah. He went, just shrugged his shoulders as if to go, whatever. I'm like, oh, fuck off. Like, my hair at the minute, like this length, it's annoying me already. It's not even long.
Oh, really?
But
and you'll get it, yeah.
So I'm gonna throw my missus under them. My missus is a hairdresser. I'm always left last. You will do obviously she does her paying clients first. Then it's all her family, and then it's like, can I have I haven't brought my stuff home.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, I'll just put my hat back on, shall I?
The first time I actually had a number 2 was I used to have a top knot for years, like an absolute knobhead. I used to have it like just shaved sides and a top knot. And I what's it now? I actually when I was 16, I went to join the army, in North Yorkshire, the Harrogate Army Foundation College.
Yeah.
So I went there to do basic training. And they fucking day one, man, they just I love this top knot. Yeah, I used to imagine me. I'm a nice boy. I fucking sang in pubs. The ladies loved me, and I went to an army, and they were just shouting at me and shaving my head. No chance. I did my basic training, and I was out of there. I couldn't hack it.
To be fair, I almost quit after the first 4 weeks. I was there.
Yeah.
Turned up. I already had my head shaved anyway. I was like, these fuckers ain't gonna shave my head. I'm gonna do it myself. I had my head shaved. Turned up. Couldn't iron for shit. So all the first 4 weeks was all fucking in the block stuff, learning to iron. I was all right at polishing boots. I used to polish my football boots. So
Yeah,
That was fine.
Yeah, class.
Fucking all that was all done. I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah,
Because I'm one that doesn't struggles to hold his tongue if I've got an opinion. So
yeah,
being shouted at and things like that, I was like, oh, I just want to. And then it was like, no, can't do it. Phone me brother up, phone me dad up, can't do it. I'm going home. They were like, don't you dare. It's like, what?
yeah.
They were like, no, this is what you wanted to do since you were 4 years old. You fucking do it. It was like, yeah, you got a point there. You got a point there. Easily led me.
I'm gonna do it. Yeah.
I'll do it. Fuck it.
No, nice one, man. Yeah, I mean, it definitely that basic training. Obviously, it's not. I don't think it's the same as when you join at 18, but I mean, they taught me some things for life that I'll take away, and I loved it, man. Like the exercises and all that were fun, and learning how to shoot a rifle, great. Learning how to orienteer, awesome. But it just wasn't. It wasn't a life I was.
You've got other talents.
Well, it wasn't. Do you know what? At the time,
I was about to say, when did you discover that you had this voice of an angel?
I don't know. Oh, an angel. I mean, Mum's gonna love you. I literally for years, like I say, like all my brothers sang, and my mum loved singing. And we'd always do karaoke, and I just remember really young, because we're a classic middle class family. We go to like the pub on New Year's Eve. I'm 8 years old, sneak him in, do a bit of karaoke. You know what I mean? Great. And yeah, I honestly, like my very first memory, I was singing James Blunt, "You're Beautiful," New Year's Eve, and I made about 45 quid. All the old women afterwards, like, have a bit of that. 2 quid here, 5 quid there. I was thinking, fucking right, I can get used to this. Hey, I just had a taste for it, man. So that was it. And I think it was only when I went to high school that I started to like learn to play instruments and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it just went from there. I don't know. I just kind of like it's a good life when you're looking on the outside in. You know what I mean? So I thought, I'm going to try and pursue that. I was going to say,
so all the people from the outside looking in on you, they're like, fucking hell, he's living a life there.
Signed, yeah, and it's not like that.
Then everyone's like, nobody sees the hard work that you're putting in, fucking day in and day out to release an album. Like you just said, 4 years making. Fuck me.
Yeah, exactly. It's intense, man. And
I was getting fucking annoyed when I was releasing my mini doc. Like,
it's
a couple of months to make that, and it was like,
yeah, it does get on top of you. And I know it's like it's not obvious, kind of like, I don't know, it's not obvious, like suffering or whatever. But it's quite a lonely thing. You know what I mean? Like,
do you write your own stuff, or do you
and it's quite.
Or do you collab with other people?
I write a lot of my own music, but I also go to the States a lot to write music with some good songwriters, and it's quite a delicate thing to try and like sing about, because you're always singing about something. You didn't just make it up,
Yeah.
Like there's always someone in mind, and then like you'll pitch it, and then like people are like, who's that about? And I'm like, and it's just, I don't know, like,
who's that one about?
Exactly. Yeah, man. So I don't know. It's a good life, but like I say, it can be quite. It can be quite lonely at times. That's why I was dead interested in when you got in touch, because it's like what you're doing is a lovely thing, and it needs to be spoke about more to this day. How people feel.
Yeah. I was going to say, do you find it difficult to switch your brain off?
It's weird.
Being a creative person.
I don't know. I do struggle. I struggle with stupid things. Like I'll be like, say if like I don't know, like if I want to like say a new tattoo.
Yeah.
Like I'll be on the couch and I'll be thinking of blah, blah. But then when I'm in bed at 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm trying to fucking design this tattoo in my head, and it's driving me insane. It just, I don't know what's.
Mate, I did exactly the same thing. So I thought because I literally the documentary I made, for those of you who haven't seen it, it's on YouTube, Whiskey and Wrong Decisions.
Awesome.
I thought I had it finished, and I spoke to a bloke called Al McGregor, who does this Inner Armour coaching that I've spoken to, and he was like, I think you need to change the beginning. He went, then you need to be in the Shedio in the beginning. I was like, yeah. And then it was about half one. I had work, my regular human job. I started about 4:30 in the morning. I cycled to work, but this was about 1:30 in the morning. I was like fucking wide awake, and I was like, I've got it. I wanted to get up and go and do it at that moment. I was like, I got it. It's in my head. And I was like, what happens if I go to sleep and forget it? Quick, grab my phone, typed it in my phone, do this. And it's like, put it down. And it's like, I could just go and do it. Like, fucking hell, Tommo, just turn your fucking brain off and go to sleep, will you?
I know. I have to like do meaningless, like, I don't know what it is all day. I feel like I'm thinking all day. So when I come home, I never watch like new films or series, or I'll literally put the same thing that I've watched.
Yeah.
I've seen a million times. I'll put like Only Fools and Horses on the television, just to kind of like watch but not watch. Do you know what I mean?
Yes,
like, because I can't focus.
I do that. So I'll go onto Netflix or Amazon or whatever, and I'll be like searching for something new that could tickle my balls, and I'll be like, oh, I like that. Every time I'll go there, not exactly the same as you, I'll go, can't really be bothered. I'll put extras on, or I'll put The Office on. I'm like, and then I'll be like, right now I can reply to some emails because I've seen that episode. It's playing in the background.
Yeah, I feel you.
Let's chill out.
I'm the same. But I will have to ask, which office do you think's best, the UK or the US?
UK Office is the best, in my opinion.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
See, I watched the US Office first, and then I watched the UK
Go watch
Office.
your mouth out. You watch that.
I know.
How very dare you, Adam?
I know. I didn't even know. To be honest, because people had ranted about The Office for years, and I had no idea. So I went on Amazon Prime and I clicked on The Office, and it was a US one. I found it hilarious.
It is good though. I'll give them that.
But the UK one is funny. I just struggled. In my opinion, the US one was first, only because of the way I've watched them. So I know, man. I know it's terrible.
No, to be fair, the funniest thing I ever remember about the UK, not the actual show itself, right? So I was watching it when it first came out back in, what was it, 2003? I remember on BBC Two. BBC Two, I was watching it with my mum in the house in Hereford. My dad comes in from the pub, and my dad literally thought it was a documentary. He was sat there going, "What the bloody hell is this? What's this?" Dad, I was like winding up. It's a documentary about a paper mill. What? Why are they bloody doing that? I'm like, Dad, it's a comedy. It's a joke. I don't bloody get it. And just fucking walked out. I was like,
it is a certain kind of humor. I've watched it with a couple of people, and they've gone.
Yeah, I do get that, because like the Ricky,
it's cringy to the point of gas. Oh, it's like sometimes I can't even watch it. Like,
even now, you're like, oh,
I know.
There's one in particular. This is from Extras, with the episode with good. Samuel L. Jackson, and everything is all about the racism and that. And fucking Maggie comes up and is going, "Oh, I don't even like Greggy," like that, and he's like,
"Yeah,"
and it's like having a comment, and you could see Ricky like popping up. Oh, he's like, "No, just stay there, don't do it." He's done it.
He's so he plays that character so well.
Yeah,
it's I feel like he plays it so well. That's just how he is in normal life. Like, he's just. Yeah. Have you seen the one with what's his name? One of the Mitchell brothers.
Oh,
Ross Kemp and Danny, and oh my god, it's just the funniest thing in the whole.
What does SAS stand for? Super Army.
Yeah.
But I think the proper celebs, inverted commas, that he brings into it, I think they play it brilliant, because they're not playing themselves, they're playing like an exaggerated version of themselves. And the one with Kate Winslet, doing the phone sex.
I couldn't, but honestly, I was so shocked when I heard that.
Oh,
because you just don't expect it from them, do you? Yeah. Oh my god, you just don't expect it. Like, no. You know, I've seen Kate Winslet in so many movies, And for when she started speaking with that, I was thought, whoa, this is someone I can get on board with.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
It's so good. Yeah, man, that's definitely a good show of his. I do like Ricky Gervais.
I think
I love his.
I sort of lost it with Derek. I didn't really like Derek.
It was a bit different.
I didn't really
yeah.
understand that. I do understand the character he's playing because he talks about it in his stand-up as a autograph hunter, he calls him, with the hair forward. But I was like, are you trying to? I can't tell if you're trying to play him as disabled, like autistic or whatever. I didn't get it.
Yeah, I think that's what he was going for, like autism type. I think.
But the latest one, the Afterlife one, I think
it's awesome. Yeah, I couldn't fault it, man.
I cried about 4 times in the second series.
I'm telling you, man.
There's one bit where he's talking to his missus, and she's had her head shaved or whatever it is from the chemo.
Yeah,
you don't get it shaved in a chemo, but you know what I mean.
Well, I think it falls out. So I think a lot of women do get it.
Yeah, and he's going like calling her Cujo or whatever it is, and then he goes, "But you're still so beautiful," and starts crying. And I was like, "Oh God!" My missus looking at me as if to go, "What has happened to you?" It's not me.
It's just so good though. I can't praise the man enough. It's comedy and tears in the same. What else do you want? You know?
Yeah. 1 minute you're fucking bursting out laughing, and the next minute you're in fucking tears. I think it's fucking
exactly, man. And that's what I'm all about. Listen, I like to think of myself as a bloke, but I love a romantic comedy. Me throw them out.
Don't you get me started on that.
I'm all about a rom-com. Me, I like comedies. I like a good thriller. I tell you, I had a Denzel marathon yesterday. I watched American Gangster.
You went through
and I watched
Denzel.
Man on Fire. Yeah.
Man on Fire. Brilliant movie.
Class movie,
Brilliant movie.
Really good.
I think he's brilliant in Training Day as well. I like Training Day.
Oh, it's just Training Day is awesome, and I just feel like I'm really into thrillers. Have you seen? What did I watch the other day?
You seen Bone Collector?
Yeah, I've seen Bone Collector. Quality.
Oh, when he plays his
quality. Oh, it's sick. What did I watch the other day? I think it was called. Is it Fractured?
Yes.
I think so. With is it with Ryan? One of them. My frigging laptop's gone on the blink. I've got to find it out because it'll drive me insane.
Underestimated the power of my little heater in here.
Oh yeah.
Just turned me shed into a sauna.
I love the way you combine the words shed with studio.
Shedio.
Yeah, your shedio, that's it. Is it Fractured? Film. Who's that? Oh no, man. I can't. I'm not going to waste time, but when I find it, I'm going to let you back. It's about like you probably have seen it when I tell you the real name. It's about a man finds out he's having an affair with his wife, so he kills her. And like, there's this hotshot lawyer who's about to get promoted or something, and he like chooses him, and he acts like he's like bang to rights, like, you know, I'll give you a confession, and then he just tears him apart in court. He's like a really clever guy, and it's like this back and forth thing. It's fucking. I love that kind of shit, like law-abiding citizen kind of.
That is fantastic. I remember telling my missus is one of those women that you say to her, "Shall we put a movie on?" and she'll always go, "Do I have to think in it?" So, no, because usually my movies, it will be a bit like a law-abiding citizen or something along those lines, and you have to try and follow it. And and it was literally, I went, "Oh, it's law-abiding citizen." She went, "Who's in it?" I was like, "Gerard Butler." She went, "I'll watch it." I was like, brilliant. If it's fucking Gerard Butler, Tom Hardy, anyone like that, she's well into it. Like, brilliant. I keep getting, "When are you going to get them on the show?" It's like, "Oh, I'll just." I went, "It's not like I haven't tried."
I'll just call them that. No, I was really shocked to find out that Gerard Butler's like proper Scottish. He does his American accent in a few of
his movies. His twang comes out, and you're like,
yeah, it comes through. Yeah, it does. But have you seen a film called Machine Gun Preacher with him?
I've heard of it. I don't think I've ever seen it. I might have done.
Yeah, that's a good movie to watch. Well, when I was 18, I actually toured with a real guy, Sam Childers, in America.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah, it's like he's like a drug addict who found God, you know.
Yeah.
And he does bits, and Gerald Butler plays him in the movie. And that's the first time I found out Gerald Butler was, because I didn't get to meet him, but they were on the phone talking, and there was a Scottish guy, and I was thinking to Sam when they got off the phone, I was like, who are you talking to in Scotland? Honestly, yeah, I was like, who are you talking to in Scotland? He's like, oh, that was Gerald Butler, man. I was like, fuck off. I was like, call him back.
Yeah, call him. Come on and have a chat.
Innit? I know. So yeah, man, I was pretty shocked by that. But it's cool, man. I think he's a great actor. I really appreciate. What did I watch? I'm a big movie man. All my brothers are.
Yeah, same here.
I watched The Revenant last night.
Oh,
seen that?
Yeah.
That was a really cool movie. DiCaprio was just fucking.
Oh, he's out of this world.
He's out. You took the words out of my mouth. He is
out of this world. Out of this world. Good.
I can't believe it was his first. That was his first Oscar, which is mental.
Yeah, I know.
For his movie, it's crazy. But that was the first time I watched it yesterday, and
like a true story as well. That.
Yeah, I've heard. Yeah.
How mental is that?
You see, like where he's getting like beaten by that bear.
Yeah.
Oh, it's insane! Oh my god!
Tell you who else is good in that? Speaking of him again, Tom Hardy's good in that.
Oh yeah, Tom Hardy. He plays a bit of a cunt in it, but
yeah,
he's good. He is good. You can't knock Tom Hardy though. He's playing that character. He's just fucking.
The way when he's doing a biographical. Fucking can't think of the word. Fuck it. When he's playing people like Bronson and the Krays and things like that, and he fucking submerses himself into the character, you're like fucking mental.
Yeah, he's a proper method actor. He's great.
That's probably what I was thinking
of. Bronson's a great film.
Very underrated. Very underrated
yeah,
film, I think.
Yeah, Bronson's really, really good. And obviously the craze was massive, wasn't it?
Yeah. My missus is funny. Watching the Legend movie, my missus is funny because she fancies Reggie. She's like, oh, he's lovely, isn't he? And then she's like, but Ronnie, I went, it's the same person. It's still Tom Hardy. She's like, yeah, but he's not as lovely, is he? I was like, they're both cunts. They were both cunts.
Yeah, exactly. Man, that is so funny. That is literally so funny. Did you say you're in Kent at the moment?
I am, yeah.
My mum is currently in Kent. And she was like, last night there was like a bank robbery there.
Fuck off.
You're gonna hear about it. Yeah. So like no shit, man. Like she was like staying in like an Airbnb or something, and I don't know what she saw. What it looked like is the guys drove his work van straight through the bloody front of the window.
As you do.
And I think he's got out to try and get into the bloody into the ATM on the other side. And she sent me a video of the police nicking him. The window's right through. And it's like, apparently the police came back and they said a couple of things. Like, apparently the guy he's just like a normal bloke. He'd had a couple of drinks.
He had a few beers. You know what? Fancy that ATM machine.
Yeah, literally.
His mates are going, fuck off, mate. What are you on about?
That was the craziest thing I've heard in ages. Like, my mum rang me this morning. She was like, mum loves a bit of gossip. Oh, you're never going to guess what.
What mums don't love a bit of gossip?
I know, but that is hot gossip. Like, it's not
that is straight off the press, mate.
It's not like Maureen next door's had a new hip. It's like that is like some
Maureen next door's got a new hip. Oh,
like that.
I get family news when I phone.
Okay.
So I phone your mum. She's like, "Oh, I haven't seen your brother this week." It's like, he lives around the corner. Why not?
Yeah. Well, I do. We get that, but I used to live on. Well, my dad, my mum doesn't. My parents are separated, but they're still really good friends.
My parents are
my
separated.
Dad lives
I'd
on.
like to say they're good friends. They had a beer the other night together, but that was about it.
That's take what you can get. It sounds good.
Yeah.
No, but like my dad and a couple of my siblings still live on the council estate where we grew up.
Oh, yeah.
And that street is just like, it used to be mental like a few years ago. It's calmed down a lot now, but there's still some. There's always police, and there's a great street if you want to look out your window at night. You know what I mean? Great.
All the gossip.
So every time I ring my dad, my dad's not fazed by it. My dad's nearly 70, he doesn't care. You know, he just starts watching the telly. I'm like, anything be going on? Like, nah, not really. Police are next door again.
Brilliant.
It's just like it's normal, you know, like every 2 minutes, it's just like we know all the coppers in the town on a first name basis, you know. Typical, man.
As you do.
Yeah, class. That's
I
why
can't
I miss it
believe
the most.
there's a fucking, as I like to call him, Johnny Dickhead tried to rob a bank. Brilliant.
It's hilarious. I'm surprised you're going to hear about it soon.
I will. I'm going to check Kent online in a minute just to find it.
Yeah, check the line because I mean, the high street's probably not far from you. You could probably go, you check it out.
Let's have a little look. See.
Absolutely. Yeah, check it out. I think you'll be able to find it.
Twitter will tell me, won't it? Kent online.
Yeah, Kent online. Oh, you got your own paper here. Look, you know.
Oh, special paper. I got pair rescue, 4 mile queues, car crash, man arrested.
There's loads going on.
Left pensioner black and blue. That can't be it.
That can't. Oh, I thought we had it then. There's bloody loads to go on. We're never going to find it. Bomb squad called to suspect murder. There's loads going on in Kent.
Oh, Kent's considering it's the Garden of England, it's a shithole.
The Garden of England. I mean,
it generally says that, right? So you go over the Dartford Crossing Bridge, which is the QE2 bridge, which you still have to pay a toll for, which is right. So a big sign that's got welcome to Kent, the Garden of England, or welcome to the Garden of England, Kent, or something like that on it.
Fuck me, man. I know what I've ever been to Kent.
Who gave him that time?
I know.
Not having it.
That's what I think. Does the town just agree one day?
Yeah, I'm going to Eddie Hearn this. I'm not having this.
I'm not having it. No, I'm not having it. Like my town doesn't have a name. Like it doesn't. Like it just says welcome to Llandudno. It's not like welcome to God's Yard or
spelt with 14 L's.
Yeah, man, Llandudno is good, but the best place that people always ask me about is the really long
train station.
Yeah, well, it's a little town and it's not too big, and I can't remember the translation. It's something to do with like a white or a red church on top of a hill, overlooking something. But like the word is crazy. Like if you go to there's a BMW dealership, and let's say the dealership's this big, yeah, the name goes like, hey, you see everyone smoking under it for a bit of shelter. It's fucking ridiculous.
All I recognise from it is go 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 at the end.
Yeah, go 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 at the end, which go 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 is red.
So there we go.
Yeah.
For the Granite Zero listeners.
It's a fucking.
Look at him.
It's a long word. Like,
It's just too long.
I just learned that as a party trick. If I go anywhere in the other side of the world, it's just saying and people go nuts.
So they go, "Do you speak Welsh?" And I go, yeah.
No.
Of course I can. Border.
Well, that's what I used to do. When I first went to the States. When I first went to the States doing like music, the crowds, I was always really nervous, you know. So I'd always open the show. Literally every single show, I'd be like, I'd open it without even saying my name. I'd say, I've got $100 for the person who can repeat after me. You know what I mean? I'd say, this is a small town where I'm from, and if you can repeat it after me, I've got $100, your name on it. And I'd say it, and everyone would, like, after the show, people would be on board, and after the show, they'd be like, "Hey, man, what's that?
What is it, man?
Town again? Yeah, what does that? Does that mean something, or?"
No, it's an actual place, dickhead.
Yeah. No, it's great, honestly.
Mississippi.
Yeah, Mississippi. Yeah, it's really, really good, man. So yeah, I don't know.
What do you do to psych yourself up before stage? Do you do anything in particular? Have a fucking beveragini?
Do you know what? I love the nerves. I don't really. There's something about like the anticipation and the anxiety that comes with just about to play, because the way I do shows, like the bigger shows, the bigger production shows that people do, there's a lot more that goes behind it. You have like in-ears in. So like once you've got them in, you can't really hear anything. You know, almost like they fit like hearing aids kind of.
Yeah, I've seen. Yeah.
And you can have like, you know.
I always wondered because you always tend to see at least one like out.
Yeah. So
some
people do it if they can't hear themselves. So because once you got it in, you have to. You get all your settings right basically. So like in sound check, I'll be like, can I have more vocal? Can I have more drums? And you hear this, every song has a click. People stay in time. Do you know what I mean? So like it's like in your ear constantly, man. So when you're on stage, it's okay once you get used to it, but it's like the first show I did with those in, fuck me, man, I was so nervous, and I'm trying to like concentrate, but then I'm trying to like perform. You know, it was a whole fucking thing. But I love the nerves, and I really like. I feel like if you're not nervous, then you're doing it for like the wrong reasons. You know.
Yeah.
Like you should be scared. You should be
exciting, isn't it? It's supposed to be like a buzz.
I'm telling you, I was the first tour I did, the UK tour. I did it back in February. We went around the UK and it was amazing. And for like 4 days to a week afterwards, like I was like the lowest I've ever been as a person, because I don't know what it is, like the adrenaline, the endorphins that ran through my body. Like
you've probably gone from those unreal highs to then like back to normal, being in your flat or your house and just going.
Literally to know, like I came back and I sat down, because like especially my home show was in front of 1,300 people, and like the scream was just unbelievable. You know, like I couldn't take back the feeling. So even like just sat there, like I'd still be getting so many messages online. You know, like that was amazing, posting videos, and I was kind of living it vicariously through my phone, just like watching it, and it was just like, I'm not gonna do that now for a while. And it was just written for some. I had no idea why, but I remember being on the phone to one of my brothers, and he was just like, "You're all right. You sound down, mate." I was like, "I'm fine. Yeah, I don't know why. I just feel like
just
shit."
a bit meh. So I've just gone from performing in front of a huge crowd to texting you.
Yeah,
cheers.
It's a weird one. It's a weird one, because like myself, I've never dealt with like any forms of depression. You know, I feel like a lot of people have. I feel like a lot of people have anxiety. I have anxiety about little things. You know. I'm a bit of a hypochondriac sometimes.
Yeah, well,
you know,
I didn't know I had anxiety until I went to the doctors.
Oh really?
Yeah, because I had to take you have to take this fucking test. To be fair, right, I'm just gonna throw this out here, fucking NHS. You could fake that test.
Oh really?
Yeah. So you have a list of questions, and it's like, how often do you feel like this? And you're like, whoa. Like, you could, if I didn't want to be treated properly, for example, because I didn't really want to go on antidepressants, which I mentioned in my thing. I don't like it. I have to, because I need to be balanced. But I could have just gone, no, I'm all right. Very rarely.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, if you don't want the help, I suppose.
Yeah, but you know, or on the reverse, if you just want, because it's in the mind and nobody really knows what's going on in the mind, and you just want fucking 6 months off work through depression, you could just go on.
Yeah.
Which I sort of get with some people when they go, well, you're faking that.
Yeah, you've got to just
it's a mad one because it's a mad one because people will listen to this now. We're laughing, we're joking. They'll go, "Fuck off, Tommo. You haven't got depression. You ain't got anxiety. Oh, fucking have. You want to see me on a fucking down day, kid?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're saying, man.
But yeah, I didn't realize for ages that I didn't have these little anxious things. But my main one, and I always had it even before the military, was time. If I'm I got to be either, I have to be there on time, but if I'm early, brilliant. If I'm late, even if I know I'm running late, that's when I start getting a bit anxious, a bit panicky.
I do that, man. Family, exactly
my missus's family are the complete opposite of me. We have to tell if her granddad's coming over, just for a chat or whatever. He's like, yeah, I'll come. What time do you want me? Like birthday party, for example. We have to tell him an hour earlier, because then he'll turn up still half an hour late.
Yeah.
And I remember to this day, but we were supposed to be leaving her mum and dad's on Christmas Day. We're going to go from her mum and dad's Christmas Day to my mum's for Christmas. And it was like, right, we'll just pop to granddad's first, see all the family before we leave. I was like, yeah, cool. I went, we're supposed to be leaving, tapping me watch at 1 o'clock. He's like, okay. It's like 5 to 1. I'm looking at my watch, start pacing. She's like, will you stop pacing? I'm like, and then she's like, there's not going to be any traffic. I went, I don't give a fuck if there's traffic. You told me a time. If you didn't want me to leave at fucking 1 o'clock, don't tell me 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
You stop telling me times now.
Honestly, yeah, I'm the same. Like I've got like, I feel like I've got like a huge thing of like FOMO, you know, like I've got to be there. I like being there punctual.
Yeah.
Just in case, you know, but my best friend in the whole world is the exact opposite. He'll just roll in whenever, you know.
My brother's the same. My brother is the same.
It just doesn't fit, just doesn't think about it. Like if I thought if someone says 1 o'clock, I'm there 1 o'clock just in case I missed him.
Yeah.
But my buddy will turn up at 1:45 and he'll just be like, yo, and I'm like, what the fuck, yo? Where were you?
Where the fuck have you been?
Innit? I've called you 18 times. Where are you? No. But it's the truth.
But yeah, I totally get where you're coming from with the highs and then having that high and then coming down. It might be a semi state of sort of depression from coming from the ups and downs. You get it in fighters quite a lot. A big example for that, obviously Tyson Fury, when he beat Vladimir Klitschko for the world heavyweight championship. He completed his dream and was like, now what?
Yeah.
And that's when his depression really took hold of him, and then he tried to fucking commit suicide.
Yeah, a lot of
Thankfully,
he didn't.
Like, but
yeah, I know. A lot of these, especially sports fanatic actors, you know, musicians and stuff. Like, I feel like these dreams have been in their heads for so long.
Yeah.
And then to reach to reach the height of success, have all the money, have all the fame, and be just like scrutinized no matter what.
It's horrible, isn't it?
I bet it's crazy. I feel like you definitely got to surround. Luckily, I've got like a really good team around me.
Yeah, you got to surround yourself
in preparation and just like hoping that if for whatever reason it blows up.
Yeah, we like to say surround yourself with positive, like-minded people. So
yeah, exactly.
You maintain that balanced state, but you also have people that will pick you up if you need it. Or as I call it, the buddy system, the buddy check.
Yeah,
make sure you're all right. Man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. It's nice. It's it's always nice to. It's always nice to be nice. I think.
Oh yeah, and it's like, and I've always said it's. What sort of person? Like, yeah, I've done it before, and afterwards I'm like, why have I typed that? That don't need to do that. Just not bother. But it's like,
yeah,
I've never been like. Usually, if I'm having a bit of a rant or something, it's due to sports or Brexit or some bollocks like that. I never target anyone personally, and I said to me, my daughter, my eldest. I even said it to her this morning. She was looking at. We did a pumpkin carving today. For
nice one.
And
class.
She was going through Google images of these. She's really into Stranger Things, so she wanted a Stranger Things pumpkin, and one of them wasn't the greatest one that she's ever seen. And she looked at it and she went, "Oh, she's no good at drawing." And I was like, "Oh," she's like, she might not think you're very good at drawing. She's not saying anything, is she? She was like, what? I went, how would you like it if you put a drawing up and someone was mean to you about it?
Yeah.
He's like,
yeah.
Oh. But my eldest, she's the sensitive soul. She's the one I talked about in the documentary that came down and basically saved me. But I think she's just trying to be funny in a sarcastic type of way. Like, what sort of that?
Yeah, yeah.
He gets a lot of sarcasm from me, put it that way. But I try not to be like personal to anyone, because it's like you don't know what they're dealing with, and that might just set them over the edge. And
yeah, exactly. You know, everyone's guilty of it. You know? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, everyone's guilty of it. You know, like everyone's been young, and people have got drunk, maybe said some things you don't mean, or there's you know, life's life, and stuff happens. But I just, you know, it's good to make a conscious effort and just, you know, just like you say, if you've got nothing to say nothing at all. You know.
Yeah, you got to be. It's so much more effort to be mean than it is to be.
It is. It is, and it gives you no satisfaction.
Look at you being all good drinking your water, and there's me having a whiskey.
Well, do you know what? I was going to join you, but I'm literally a couple days off finishing my first ever sober October.
Oh, fair play! I'll let you have that one. Didn't even realise.
I know. No, I was gonna because honestly, mate, my birthday's in October. It's just been the 20th is my birthday, so
well, happy birthday!
Thank you, man. Every time. Every time I try and do sober October, I do so well, and then I get to my birthday.
You get to your birthday,
and it's, you know, it's ruined. But this year I persevered. And what is it? The 27th today?
Something like that.
I've got like 4 more days, man. I'm
28th.
28. Fucking even better, 3
mate.
more days.
Even better. But so when I went home last 2 weeks ago, I got absolutely shit-faced with my brother, and I drank literally a whole bottle of whiskey pretty much to myself, bar 2 shots. Right. And the next day I was a write-off. I was completely written off, couldn't eat, didn't really want to move, just monged out all day. I remember I said to me, Mrs. I was like, that's it. You know, proper hangover style. I'm teetotal now. I'm not doing it again. She went, yeah, okay. All right, of course you are. Of course you are.
Fucking famous last words.
So I did the podcast with me brother the other day for his show, which he hasn't released yet. So Darren, I know you're listening. Fucking release it already, or at least send me the audio so I can release it. But I was sat having a whiskey. I mean, I went back into the house and the missus was like, I thought you were teetotal. And I was like, nah, it's only one whiskey. Fucking hell.
Yeah, I can't remember. I think I've seen like a film of that. And it's like someone says, I'm not drinking anymore. And he's having a pint and he's like, beer doesn't count. That's not alcohol. Yeah, but you know, beer doesn't count, does it?
I'm the same as Frank the Tank from Old School. So I promised my wife I wouldn't drink tonight. We're gonna have a quiet little Saturday.
That is one of my all-time favorite films, man. Will Ferrell, and that is just awesome.
So my niece, when I went down last, we were talking about movies, and I said to her, "Oh, you guys did the Adam Sandler sort of marathon." She was like, yeah, we did. So Daddy put all the different Adam Sandler movies, and I was like, oh, have you seen Don't Mess with the Zohan, because it's funny as fuck. He plays a fucking Israel Special Forces bloke that turns into a hairdresser. And she's like, no, I haven't seen that one. I went, watch it. And I went, oh, while you're there, you might want to try and get something like Old School. I was like, that's a brilliant movie. And she was like, I don't really like Will Ferrell. I was like, I'm sorry, are we related? I'm pretty sure you're my niece.
It's like, oh, Will Ferrell, that's no good.
Like, you can get out. Just get out. She's like, it's my house.
Even his bad movies are good. I think he's a fucking gem. Like in Anchorman, he just plays that, like I say, like that character so well.
I love
that kind of ridiculous. It's just over the top kind of acting, isn't it? But it's great, man. It's so good.
One of my, apart from Step Brothers, which I watched probably 33 times while we were out in Iraq. You'd go into the crew room and it'd be on straight away. You're like, hey, hey. But I think it was out when I was in my final tour, which would have been 2012. and it was the other guys with
Oh,
Will Ferrell and
class.
Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, that movie is so good.
Never laughed. It's like, when was your last desk park? September 08.
The best bits right at the start, man, they were like, aim for the bushes.
Yes.
For the bushes, and just
When I remember seeing the trailer and I was like, The Rock in Samuel L. Jackson, it's going to be a fucking brilliant movie. Spoiler alert, die straight away.
Yeah, I know. But to be fair, Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell do bits. Have you seen it when they're like shows like pimp life in college? It's fucking.
And he's there going,
They called him Gator.
He's like, no.
And that Eva Mendes is his wife in it, isn't she?
Oh,
Beautiful. I'm all about. I like.
What
I
a
like
honey.
that.
What a honey.
Yeah, she's gorgeous. I'm a fan.
So, for all your fans that probably aren't listening to my podcast, but will now because they're your fans, what was the postcode thing that you were doing? So I did sort of,
which is amazing. I'm
not gonna lie, I definitely pressed too many times, so skip through it. So you're gonna have to.
It's so good. Basically, I obviously usually if COVID wasn't about, we'd be touring, promoting the album through like radio interviews and live shows. But we can't, unfortunately, obviously. So what I'm going to do is I asked for postcodes to correlate. My album's going to be in Tesco's and HMVs, the big stores, you know.
Yeah.
So what I wanted the Tesco for is to see how many people are in certain areas. So what I'm doing as of Friday is I'm setting off and I'm starting in Birmingham, making my way over to London, and then back down to Bristol way as the first run, the first week. And I'm going to let everyone know that which Tesco at what time I'm going to be there to do kind of like just like a say hello and sign CDs. I'm going to take my guitar and like a buskers amp. I might even play a couple of songs if I don't get booted out by Tesco. So that's so if I can't do shows, I'll just do the next best thing and try and meet as many people.
That's
awesome. I feel like the people who are buying my album are the people who are going to get me in the charts and help my career. So I feel like it's the least I can do is just go and say thank you in person.
Yeah, well, your singles are firmly downloaded on the Granite Zero. Put it that way.
Nice one, man.
To be fair,
really
right? So
it.
no word of a lie. Last night I was doing bath shower time with Sprog and Squirt, and I like to have a bit of music on in the background. So I mentioned it not in the documentary, in my book that I'm writing, because I'm also an author.
Nice.
Man of many talents, they might say. Bath time was always my thing with my eldest, so I would always do that. And our music that we'd listen to is sort of all fucking autistic, acoustic music that I'd usually put on, usually like the Ed Sheeran type back then when she was little. I'd put that on, we would sing along and we'd be fucking bathing and splashing. So last night while I was doing bath time, I put your songs on that I've got downloaded. And my eldest came in, she went, "Who's that?" I went, "Oh, Adam Hender. He's coming on Daddy's show tomorrow." She went, "Is he? He's pretty good, isn't he?" I was like, "Yeah, he is." So there you go. You've got
seal of approval
of my 9-year-old.
Oh man, honestly, I'll take as many approvals as I can get. That's amazing.
It's good. I'll tell you what. So my close mate Al, who I mentioned earlier, that told me to change the beginning of my doc.
Yeah, you were saying.
He sent me a voice note. He was like, "I just need to," because he's basically a positive psychologist. So he looks at pretty much everything I'm doing, and then gives me feedback on what I'm doing to make
right.
sure.
Okay, I get you. Yeah.
And he went, "Did you prefer the making of the documentary and the process behind it, or do you prefer all the feedback you're getting?" And I was like, I didn't do it for the feedback that I'm getting. I did it to break the stigma behind it. I'm as quoted in the doc, I'm a fighting age male that went to war. I shouldn't be talking about my thoughts and feelings and how I'm down and depressed, but I am, because you could be. And I was like, it was the process of doing it. It wasn't me releasing it. Releasing it, I was actually pretty nervous. I was like, what if I get all the fucking negative feedback? But then I was like, well, fuck it. They don't have to watch it.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is one of my big things. Like, for example, say I didn't like you. I do like your music, by the way. But say I didn't like your music. Hey, guess what? I wouldn't listen to it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like
exactly.
I know he's world famous and people love him. I'm not a fan of Drake. I don't really like his music.
Right.
Certain music I find that he does is good. Sure. It's catchy, gets stuck in my head, and I'm like, yeah, that'll do. Quite a lot of it, I'm like, it's rubbish. Cardi B and Nicki Minaj, don't like it.
Right.
In my opinion.
Yeah, I suppose like if you don't like it, you don't have to like.
Yeah, but that
right.
for example, I wouldn't then go on Spotify and download it and have it on my phone, because guess what? I don't like it, and I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go on Twitter or Instagram and go, "Hey, Cardi B, Drake, Nicki Minaj, whoever, I don't like your music."
Yeah, yeah.
Because I don't need to. I don't know them. They don't know me. And
the people who do aren't worth reading.
They would they would go full Conor McGregor on my ass and go, "Who the fuck is this guy?" If I did that.
Yeah.
Which is why I
literally, yeah, bang on. So, but the people who do comment those negative comments aren't even worth. They're not even worth listening to. You know what I mean?
Do you know what I have
bang on there?
United are playing tonight.
Yeah, I know. I know, man.
I was like, we should have done it earlier in the day.
I wasn't going to say anything. I was going to take you to the pub with me and have one earphone in.
You should have done.
No, I'm not actually sure how the game's going. To be honest,
it's half an hour in at the minute.
Is it?
Yeah.
No score yet. You know what I don't get about United is they seem to shine. Oh, it's 1-0. Greenwood. Nice.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, but what I don't get about United is they seem to be a different team in the Champions League.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I don't know.
I think I don't really know what I think, actually. Because I'm fucking lost with it. I know I've said to my old man fucking loads of times. Like, in fact, before we played Newcastle, I sat down with my old man's a United fan, and I was like, what we need to do, and he was like, yeah. I went, we need to play one matter, because he's playing brilliantly at the minute. If he's in form, play him. Why not? He's a good player. I went, why can't we play Pogba, Van der Beek, and Fernandes? Why can't they all play in the same team? And he was like shrugging his shoulders as if to say, I don't know. When they're professional players, why can't they play football together? Doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, and adapt. To be honest, I'm done with Pogba. I have been for a little while now.
He has moments where you're like, oh, you are brilliant.
I know, that's the thing, but those moments...
But like, the majority of the time at the minute, I'm like, why have we brought you back?
Yeah, the moments don't come enough.
And he loses
to
the
be
ball
a key member of the team.
He tries
all the time.
Here's some controversial stuff here for the Ground Zero listeners. He is too slow.
Yeah, he's not quick on the ball, man.
He's not quick enough for the Premiership. He's had a couple of semi-decent seasons, I would say. Played very well when we had him and Ibrahimovic. Played well then.
Yeah, at the start.
Scored some decent goals. And he does ping the ball quite nicely. But it's like I heard Gary Neville and Carragher playing. He's been at the club, nearly 6 years now, I think.
It's crazy.
4 or 5 years, maybe.
Yeah.
6. And they still don't know his best position.
No, it's mental.
Fuck off.
Mental.
God.
It's mental. I'm really I've got a lot of faith in these young lads that are coming through, and obviously Cavani at the front now. I feel like we've got like Greenwood's put a goal in tonight. He's been, when he's
he's
going. Matter
been a
still does
naughty
bits.
boy, isn't he, though?
Wan-Bissaka's awesome.
Brilliant
He has
signing.
been, yeah.
Brilliant signing,
Wan-Bissaka's a
spider.
beast, man.
Those
Yeah,
legs.
we needed someone to replace. We needed someone to replace Valencia when he went, and I feel like Wan-Bissaka.
He wasn't even a right back, really. He was a winger.
No, yeah, he's a winger, but he was just a beast, wasn't he?
Oh yeah,
The guy was an absolute unit, and he was rapid.
He couldn't cross the ball. Just fucking
no.
Boosh.
Yeah, he'd get it at the field though. He'd leg it at the field. No, he was a brick wall, and I know it sounds really bad to say as well, but for United, I'm really happy Van Dijk's out for the season. I mean, I wish no harm on him if he's injured.
No.
Yeah, I'm happy he's out.
But also, hey, Liverpool fans, stop talking about it.
Yeah.
He's injured. Get over it. They're not going to change.
No, it's no.
Pickford's had to get fucking close protection security officers around him and his family because he's getting threatened. Fuck off! It's football.
Crazy. I know.
Mad.
I don't think that was a challenge. That was the worst for me though in that game. There was Richarlison challenge.
Yes, that was naughty on Thiago.
That's a game. That's a career-ending challenge if it goes wrong. You can't do that studs up that part of the leg, man. It's dangerous, very dangerous. But football, like I say, football's football, isn't it?
It's good to see some tackles being thrown in.
Yeah, sometimes it is.
Yeah.
Some Sunday League challenges.
Yeah. Sometimes you just want to go, what? Where are the fucking hard nut players gone? Where have they all gone?
Yeah.
Because I'm just going to throw it back to the fucking Spurs game when that Lamella got tapped on the face and he went down as though there was a sniper in the stands.
Oh,
and he got Martial sent off, and Martial was the one that literally got elbowed in the chest. And nothing. I know. Oh, I was fuming.
Madness.
I was fuming. I almost threw my phone because we got rid of Sky and BT Sport in the house because costing too much, and through COVID and all that and the lockdown, we had to save a bit of money. So I found an app that I can get all the games.
Right.
As you do. Not that I'm not illegal streaming at all. What are you talking about?
It fell on my lap.
It just happened to turn on. It's not my fault. But anyway. I was watching it and we went 1-0 up. I was happy. And then it was 1-1. And I was like, that's shit defending. Maguire, sort your life out. There's a lot going on in your head that you need to deal with, clearly. But he played very well against Chelsea, apart from that should have been a penalty. But anyway. Can't rugby tackle a player in the box. But got away with it. So get over it. But and then the second goal went in and I was starting to get angry, and then the third goal and the sending off, I was like, nah, not watching it. And then my brother was texting me and all the lads, and I was like, I'm not going to bite. Left it. Did a podcast. I can't remember if I was doing a podcast with someone or if it was just me sat in here talking to myself, which I do from time to time. And then I looked at my phone, and my brother texted me saying, football has gone absolutely nuts. And I was like, what? I went, thinking that everyone's going mental about United losing 6-1 to a pretty decent side, which is one reason why I'm not too angry. And I opened my phone up and Liverpool got smashed by fucking Villa. And I was like, this is the best day ever.
They got absolutely battered by Villa. It was crazy.
It's absolutely unreal, mate.
At least our beating was to Chelsea. I'll take that. But the Villa, I mean, yeah, every team has a good day, but that was just insane. Was it like 7-2 in the end?
7-2, yeah. I was like, this is mental. That's like someone has gone onto FIFA, put it on easy for the first half, scored 7, and then simulated the rest of the game.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not a good FIFA player, man.
Mate, I'm terrible.
No,
I literally do the Creator Pro, and I just control that one player, and then I'm him. So I don't even have the new one. I've got fucking 2019.
No, I don't. Yeah, I think I've got 19 or 20 there. That's not even. That's not even my PlayStation. That's my friends who did take it with him. Like,
Oh, Xbox.
yeah.
I'm
Oh,
full
really?
Xbox. Yeah.
Oh man, disagreement.
It's so funny. So this morning I was playing on it for a little bit. So my player has gone from West Ham, because I was like, I did a random. Where am I going to start? Ended up Premier League. I was like, happy with that. Random again, West Ham. Oh, that'll do. Mrs. was a West Ham fan once, I think. That'll do. Started at West Ham, went to Juve. Now I'm 107 million to Manchester United. I was well happy. So happy. Celebrating in my house when I signed for them. The girls come downstairs. Like, why are you so happy though when I've signed for Man United? And they're like, no, you haven't. Like, I have. Look, I've signed. Got the coveted number 7 as well. Well, we're going to go undefeated this season. You watch.
Yeah. That's quality. Tommo, number 7.
You know it, mate.
Gosh, man. That's so funny.
So, do you actually play football?
I used to be my main thing. I used to love playing football, but I think as when I left high school, I just stopped. I don't know. I don't actually know why.
Do you think you could still strap on a pair of boots?
Yeah, I'm naughty on the right wing.
Because the reason why I say this, because you may have seen if you've scrolled through the Granite Zero page, we are doing a charity football match against Spurs legends.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for a military charity called Rock to Recovery, and another I've changed it. Right, this is an exclusive. It was going to be for Mind, the mental health charity. However, they have done 0. Like, I've been emailing them, I've been messaging them on all fucking social media platforms, telling them about this game that I've got. I've even got fucking Brad Pickett playing, who's a UFC fighter. He's playing. A couple of players, a couple of contestants from SAS Who Dares Wins is going to play, etc., etc. Nothing.
Wow.
Not even a fucking tweet or whatever. It's like, well, I'm not having this. I'm not giving you all my fucking donation money that I'm earning here. So okay. I'm going with another charity called Mind Soldiers, which I'm actually technically an ambassador for, which is pretty cool.
Awesome,
it's run by Tamir Hussain, which is the guy from Football Factory and whatnot, and another geezer, Ryan, I believe his name is. But anyway, they're a similar sort of thing. So it's another mental health sort of charity. We'll go into that another time. But I'm playing against Spurs legends at the Gallagher Stadium in Maidstone. So I'm officially off a spot if you fancy a kickabout.
Man, when is this?
It's going to be the 11th of July next year. So you've got plenty of time. Unless you're away.
Honestly, literally, and unless like I'm not in the country, I'm in. I love a good football.
All you need to do, send me what we haven't got the kit sorted yet. It's in. Well, I've got it all designed. We just need to get the actual one. But all I need to get is size and what number you want, and then you can have it.
Yeah, honestly. What number? I'm gonna think about that.
Have a little think. You've got a while, yeah.
I'll have a think about that one. But listen, man, I definitely kick about
anything to boost the profile of the game as well. Obviously, it is for charity, but also it's against Spurs. So,
hello.
Are we still there?
Hello, man. Yeah, it cut out for a sec.
I was still recording. Thank fuck for
that. It cut out for a minute, but we're back.
I know. I started panicking. I was like, because usually when it stops, it will it'll do all the conversion for me. So because I'm lazy, but it didn't. I was like, oh shit. But yeah, like I said, it's against.
Funny, man.
It'll be against Spurs, so We gotta win that game.
That's really cool, man. Oh, you
Yeah,
got
well,
to win that game.
My missus is forever having a go at me because I like to do things for charity. So my first one I did was for Help for Heroes and Great Ormond Street Hospital.
Okay.
I did one of the Spartan races.
Oh, mint.
So I did one of those. Smashed it, raised a nice bit of money. Fantastic. I get itchy feet, and that's what I do because I need to keep my mind active. Otherwise, I go fucking bonkers. So I was like, what else can I do? So I then did the white collar boxing fight. So I did that for cancer research. It was literally just after my my nan got diagnosed with breast and bone cancer. So I was like, well, I fancy doing something for her. So I did that. My missus was fuming. She loved the event. The event was fucking spot on. Obviously, you have to get all dressed up. So all the blokes were in suits, ties, dinner dress. Like my old man went full dinner dress. So did my brother. Dicky bows, fucking cummerbunds a lot. Missus was all in a ball gown. Fucking brilliant event. Really was. Fucking top notch. Helped that I knocked him out in the second round. So
nice.
But then I was like, oh, I've got to do something else. And I was like, I don't want to do another fight or anything like that. I went up and I played in a couple of football matches before, charity wise. And I was like, and then I think it was last year, my father-in-law and brother-in-law played against the Spurs legends because they work at Waitrose as a Waitrose versus Spurs charity football match for whatever charity it was. And I was like watching it, I was going, oh, there's a fucking idea. This was before I started the podcast. I was like, there's a fucking idea. Started the podcast, and then I was like, do you know what? Ping out some emails. Let's see if I can get any traction on this. And to be fair, the first ones that came back to me were Spurs legends, and they're like, we would love that. Where would you like to have it? And I was like, well, close to me because I'm lazy. We'll go. And the Gallagher Stadium is quite nice as well. It's not too big, so it's not like for example, the next the biggest two teams near us would probably be Gillingham Football Club and Charlton, I would say. And it's like I wouldn't be able to fill those stadiums out, but I probably could fill the Maidstone one, which is about 2,500, 3,000 people. I think it could be if we max it out. That is. And I was like, I think we could get a good few people in there. I was like, oh, who could I have in this team? So in goal straight away, because it's got to be. We have to have a certain amount of aged adults, so we say. So I've got a few older chaps to make up the team, and one of them is my old man. So my dad's playing, and my dad back in the day he played funny enough, he played professional football in Malta when he was a kid. He played against AC Milan and all sorts when he was a kid. But he's a fucking
that is mint, man.
He was a brilliant goalkeeper. He used to play for Doncaster Rovers and Kidderminster Harriers. But he was also in the Air Force, so he never went any higher than that, apart from obviously combined services and whatnot. He's a fucking he's not going to listen. He says he listens. I know he doesn't, but to blow smoke up his ass, he's a fucking brilliant goalkeeper. However,
nice one.
However, he will be almost 70 when we play that game, so he won't be playing much in goal. But yeah, so his dream was always to play alongside me and my brother in a game. He played with my brother a couple of times, but I was never quite at the age. I think when I started men's football, which when I was about 15, he had already fully retired. He was not playing again.
Yeah.
So that'll be good.
That's mint, man. I'm looking.
If you're about the invitations there.
100%. You get those details over to me, and I'll get it clear. That'll be some good fun. Some good fun. It'd be nice to get some boots on again. I forgot the feeling of taking the shin pads off after a couple of hours. I need it back in my life, man.
Yeah. Oh mate, I've always worn like really small shin pads. I wear small shin pads, and I'm a bit like Jack Grealish, mate. My socks are always really low down because
Yeah,
I've got
man,
I've got the weirdest legs, mate. So because I'm only little, so I'm only 5'6", but my thighs and I look like I should play front row rugby. Like,
oh, really?
I got these huge thighs and huge calves, and if I wear like socks, normal like say Thierry Henry style, up to the
Right.
knee, mate, I get cramp, something chronic.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's all tight around me. I'm like, it's too tight.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's too tight.
it's too tight. But yeah, it was supposed to be July this year. It was supposed to be, but
Oh, really? Oh, but with
but
what's going on, yeah. I
fucking
mean, and it's a nice month to pick it as well, because I mean, I would have still played, but it's nice that it could be nice weather instead of
oh yeah,
freezing cold.
oh yeah. It was supposed to it was supposed to be July this year, but obviously COVID happened, and I was like, I spoke to Spurs legends. I spoke to Maidstone United for the stadium. I was like, look, this isn't my fault that we can't play it.
Hmm.
I know we fully understand we can move it. It's not a problem. I was like, brilliant. We'll move it to next year. As soon as things get a bit more clearer, we'll get it sorted. I was like, fucking happy days.
Yeah, amazing. That sounds spot on, man. Thank you very much.
Seeing that mighty United are going to be the first team to have fans in the stadium, from what I saw today. I think they're being allocated something like 23,000 seats for fans.
Ah, right, okay.
I did share it earlier. If you check out the status, yeah,
I'll
I
have
saw
a
on
look.
Sky
Yeah,
Sports. I think because obviously the size of Old Trafford, they can do it. So I'm guessing more of
yeah, it's massive, isn't it?
the bigger stadiums and that.
Oh, Old Trafford's massive.
Yeah.
I love Old Trafford as a ground. It's a nice
It's
ground. I like Everton's ground as well.
the stadiums I've been to, obviously Old Trafford, which a lot of my mates will go, fuck off, Tommo, you've never been to Old Trafford. Fucking have. Lots. The first, funnily enough, though, apart from Hereford United, which I saw a lot as a kid, the first proper game I ever saw, which is crazy, right? So, little backstory: my brother's an Arsenal fan because my old man told him to support Man United against. So it's United Arsenal. Originally, he was Everton, but then he changed his mind because that's what kids do. And anyways, Man United Arsenal. My dad said, "You'll support Man United," and he said, "No, I'm not. I'm supporting Arsenal." He's been an Arsenal fan ever since. Fair play to him. Arsenal are all right. Don't mind Arsenal. Love the rivalry. Brilliant. But anyway, he's an Arsenal fan. My old man got 2 tickets, plus a couple of others for some mates that he knew, and it was a midweek game. Man United versus I don't know who. It was in the Champions League. Because it was midweek, my brother's older. He was like, I'll take Darren because he's older, and you've got school in the morning, for example. I was like, what?
Yeah.
So my brother's first proper game my brother went to, Old Trafford, Man United.
Oh, man.
So my dad then got tickets to Chelsea against Arsenal at Stamford Bridge. My first game that I went to that was proper, Arsenal versus Chelsea, Stamford Bridge. Ian Wright scored. It was either 2 or a hat trick. I remember.
Oh, really?
Because I was like, Dad, am I allowed to swear? And he was like, yeah, of course you are. You're at football. So we were in the Chelsea end, I think it's the shed end, is it? The Chelsea, the main end? Anyway, I was there going, Ian, wank, 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 fucking doing that, and then fucking Ian doing it back to us. I was like, this is brilliant.
Oh, man, I missed the Premier League when it was the likes of Thierry Henry and Cristiano Ronaldo. And
going outrageous now, and it's like I miss the old days.
it's just such a good. It's just such a good time for football.
It's mad that we go. I miss I miss those fucking breakthrough players that were brilliant. Wayne Rooney, what a player! And it's like he's 33 or whatever, 34.
I know.
And it's like, oh, he's old now.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. It's nuts. But I just think like football. I feel like them players were the last kind of generation who played the game for the game.
Yeah.
Like your
Instead
likes of
they're not
Real
playing the
Ferdinand,
game
Gerrard.
because it's part of their profile now. It's
Yeah, or like
crazy.
going to which team for the most money. Like these guys started off in their teams and they ended with their teams, and it was just the be all and end all was football. And that's what just made the game. That's what just made it just so amazing to watch. And don't get me wrong, I love football now, but it's a totally different game to what it used to be.
Yeah, and so it's like I grew up watching the football obviously in the 90s and having the 90s and noughties and having the likes of like Roy Keane, Paul Scholes, and the class of 92 for me growing up. I was like, it's the best. Most people say to me, like, Tommo, you're a glory hunter. I was like, no, I was brought up to support United by my dad, who watched them way back when.
Yeah.
He brought me up supporting United, and I mean, so it's not my fault that happened to be when United became fucking awesome. I would have supported United anyway. I'm supporting United now. It's been 8 years since.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm depressed. Do they not know that I suffer with mental health issues and they're playing like this?
Trust me, you don't need it. Because I'm not like an angry guy. I very rarely lose my temper at anything. But as soon as United do something, they play shit. I don't know what it is, man. It's like there's like a rage that just comes. I know
exactly where. Right. Well, I say I know it. I'm an angry guy anyway. I've got short man syndrome. But I've always said to me, missus, I'm like, you do realise it goes United, the kids, and then you. It's just like, what? But now it's like podcast, United, kids. Because I'll go in later and she goes, Man United are playing. I'm like, yeah. You did a podcast. Yes, I know I did a podcast.
Yeah,
like, you would never like cancel anything to do with the football with me. He's like, well,
this is important. Honestly, I'm really glad you got in touch, and I was glad we got to do this because, like, it's my first podcast, man.
Broke you right in.
You broke me in, man. This is good. I'm going to do more of them. I'm going to listen to more of them as well. But like I said, I do struggle a lot of the time concentrating. If I zone out,
I find that a podcast is quite easy to have in the background to listen to. Some podcasts, obviously, you have to try and get involved in it, and you're like, ooh, what's going on? Like Joe Rogan, when he has people like Kanye West, and now he's had Alex Jones on, you have to try and listen because that shit literally blows your mind.
Oh, really?
Yeah, fucking the latest 2 Joe Rogan episodes, of those of you that are listening to the Ground Zero podcast, listen to those, that your mind will blow up. It will blow up.
Yeah.
Kanye West, who's fucking bipolar as shit, and it's fucking off the rails. I haven't actually listened to that. That episode is 3 hours. I think it's 3.5 hours long. I'm not going to listen.
Really?
I might.
Yeah,
but
a long time.
I'll probably do that at work when I'm not busy.
Yeah.
But the Alex Jones is crazy because a lot of people think he's a conspiracy theorist and he's making it all up, and then everything that he is saying comes true, and you're like, oh
shit.
Like he said about Jeffrey Epstein and his fucking pedo island about 4 or 5 years before anyone realized who Jeffrey Epstein was. And then obviously all that stuff came out, and then that obviously the documentary, and he got arrested and then killed himself.
That's a whole thing.
But he's mentioned that literally years before it happened.
Right.
He was like, he calls them the elites. The elites have islands where they put kids on there and they get that stuff. And at the time you're like, fuck off, mate. What are you on about? And then things like Jeffrey Epstein, and then all the flight logs are coming out with the people that are on that went to the island with him, like fucking Bill Clinton, etc. And you're like,
it's crazy.
What?
I haven't looked too much into it. I know.
I try not to, because I go down rabbit holes and I don't want to go down rabbit holes.
Yeah, I know.
I'll go down one and I'm like, oh shit.
There's a classic. Have you seen those videos that I think it's on Facebook where like the guy who made The Simpsons, they say he's like a time traveler or something.
Yeah. Oh, he's
like
yeah. He's been to the future.
That shit, man. Yeah, that stuff just blows my mind. Like so many things that are bang on is unbelievable.
It's those things that you think, you go, I should definitely be on some sort of drugs or fucking mushrooms right now.
Literally, it's honestly like the things but not only like the episodes do it like bang on, like exactly how it like happened. You know, it's crazy. It's like
the one that got me was when it had Trump as president and he's going down the escalator waving, and then it's got him. It's like, what?
Oh, it's like it is crazy. It's really, really crazy. Yeah.
They even predicted the World Cup, I think, in one of them.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. There's all right, coincidence if it happens once or twice, but he's done it like 30 times. It's not like a joke anymore.
Spaceman, mate.
Honestly, like FBI, wait there. So, like he's doing something.
He's on some sort of shit, mate.
Yeah, I love that though.
Fucking hell, it's mental though, isn't it?
Yeah, but I can't say I really watched The Simpsons actually. I've recently over lockdown got Disney Plus, and I think it's on there, so I might start.
Yeah, mate.
Simpsons is I love those kind of things.
I recently got Disney Plus. Thank you, Darren. I've recently got. I got my brothers.
I love you.
To be fair, I don't think he's on it, but I've got my mum, her partner, my brother-in-laws, my mother and father-in-law, and then me, all on my Netflix, and I'm the fucker paying for it. So
yeah, well, there you go. There's always a share, but I feel like with Disney Plus, like I've got like I pay like $5.99 a month.
It's not bad, is it?
And I gave it to like all my brothers and who have got kids. So there's like 10 people on that account. Hey, you know what I mean?
Disney Plus is amazing. Yeah, the other week I watched all the fucking Mighty Ducks movies.
Oh, I did that exact thing in lockdown.
my eldest went, Daddy. Awesome. My eldest went, Daddy, what are you watching? I went, what? She went, what are you watching? I went, Mighty Ducks. She went, what's that? I went, just watch it. She's like me. She got obsessed.
Classic.
Googling it. She wants fucking the Mighty Ducks hoodie, everything. I went, I was like that when I was your age, Jess. She's like, what?
Yeah.
I had the fucking outfit. I had the away jersey. I really wanted the home one. I really wanted the home white one. But I had the maroon and fucking green. Oh, with the duck head. I was like, this is the best
classic underdog story, man. It's just great. It's just good TV. It's just good movie, man. It's great.
I didn't watch Recess as well.
Recess, man. Fuck me.
Oh, I tried to download the other day. My phone was having none of it though. It was like, what are you doing? Just stop. You're going 290s. I started downloading Boy Meets World.
Oh shit! I haven't heard that in a long time.
That's on there, mate. Also, I didn't even realise there was 7 series of it.
Really?
Yeah. How fit was Tobanga? What a stupid name, but how fit.
Man, that is going on.
I was looking for all sorts, mate. I was like, is Smart Guy on there? No, that's not on there.
No.
Teen Angel? No, Teen Angel's not on there. I think I
watched... What did I watch as well? I watched like all of the Pirates of the Caribbeans.
I did that.
There's It's just good. There's just good movies on there, man. I thought great for the price.
What was the other one?
Oh man,
There's Remember the Titans, brilliant movie. Denzel Washington.
yeah, class.
Have you seen
great movie?
Invincible, which is
Mark
Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, really good. I didn't know that was a true story. It's really
good.
It's
mad.
Yeah, great story. I
love the fact that he couldn't run in the regular pads, so he put like the kicker's pads on so he could sprint faster. I was like, that's amazing.
So I know. What did I watch after that? Because I was in the movie that kind of story. Coach Carter.
Oh, I watched that the other day.
Basketball.
Well, being a this will blow your mind. Being 5'6", being a former basketball player myself.
Oh yeah. I've played some basketball. My cousin still plays.
I played National League
in France.
5'6".
Oh, really? Nice, man.
Yeah. Back in the day.
Yeah, my cousin used to play for the Birmingham Bullets.
Really?
Yeah.
That was my team. That was my British team that I supported, Birmingham Bullets.
Yeah, man, he played for a long time. Now he still plays professional ball in France.
Oh yeah.
I don't know whereabouts he is in France.
But
yeah, he played.
Ironically, I played for the Gloucester Giants. Ironically.
Oh really?
Yeah. Most of my career, I only played until I joined the Air Force. I played obviously in Hereford for the county side in the Gloucester League, and we played Hereford Hawks, which when I was at college everyone found hilarious. They were like, why basketball teams always got have alliteration with their names? Yeah. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah. It's classic. Yeah, it's classic. It's classic. What? But I used to play for a little team in my little town called the Llandudno Lightning. I don't know what it's about.
Llandudno Lightning.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Hereford Hawks I played for, but I still hold this claim to fame. The youngest player to play in the Hereford League for the Tupsley Chargers at the age of 12.
Oh.
Men's league in a pink kit.
Classic. Yeah, I love basketball. It's a great game. I still watch it all the time, and I play a lot. I still play sometimes, but obviously we're getting to that time of year.
Yeah.
Every outdoor court is literally through lockdown. I learned how to dunk. Nothing special, but I'm 6 foot. I'm close to 6'1". So
fair play.
Literally for months at home, I was just working on my leg. I was doing these leg exercises.
Yeah.
So glute exercises and stuff.
So back when I was between the age of 14 to 20, I'd say. Before I started putting on size through actual weightlifting and what have you, I had some hops, mate. 5'6", mate. I could dunk.
Oh yeah,
mate. This white boy could jump.
That's a good movie.
Yes, it is. But fucking now, I went out with me daughters we got fucking most annoying court ever. Has a tiny little square fucking bit of concrete to play on. But I took the girls out. I'll show you. I'll send you some clips of us playing. But
yeah, man.
I was playing about with them, and I was trying to do a layup, and I was like, "Fucking hell!" I was like, "Who's better dunk?" I was like, "I barely took the net."
Honestly,
me and my brother got back talking about basketball and what have you. Obviously, when the Chicago Bulls documentary came out, the Last Dance, loved it.
Yeah, really, really good.
There's only one reason why they released that. Because fucking LeBron James is getting to the fucking final. There's only one GOAT.
Yeah, it's the truth, man. I think honestly, I love that documentary because it was nice looking into Michael Jordan's life and seeing,
and how much of a serial winner he was as well.
Oh man, he was just determined. There's just blood, sweat, and tears. He's just a winner, and that's it.
I still find it fascinating, but also I thought I knew it as well. Obviously, when he went to play baseball, and everyone like in. I think a lot of people get their information from the movie Space Jam, where he's not playing well.
Yeah.
And then he goes back and plays basketball. And then you watch the documentary and it's like, no, he would have made the fucking Major League Baseball if he carried on because he's that good.
Yeah, he actually played really well his first season.
And they're like, oh, shit.
Yeah, like people
he's one of those guys, though, that no doubt if he wanted to play fucking American football, he would have been brilliant at that as well. And another one that my hero growing up was I say obvious. Was Allen Iverson. He's my dog.
Yeah.
I loved Allen Iverson. Being a short guy playing basketball, he was my hero. The fact that he was just the pound for pound, in my opinion, pound for pound, the greatest. Obviously, Michael Jordan is the greatest. But I think that if fucking Allen Iverson was 6'6", he would have won all the fucking champion. But anyway, yeah, he was another one. He had a scholarship to play American football, but he chose basketball instead.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's his documentary called I think it's just called Iverson. I don't think it's called The Answer.
I've seen that. Yeah, no, I've seen it a couple of years.
The fact that he fucking was going to prison.
Yeah, it's intense, that one.
And
it's a good watch.
There's a brilliant bit in it. I'm losing loads of people listening now. They're like, "What the fuck are you going on about, Tommo? Where's all the military stuff? Shut up! It's my podcast. Do what I want." The bit where it goes into the bit about him talking about practice. And he's there going, "I'm a franchise player, and you're talking about practice." Because he missed a practice. And they went off on him because he didn't turn up to a few practices. He's going, "I'm a franchise player. I've never played badly on the court, and you're talking about practice." But he says practice about 18 times. He's like, "You're talking about practice. It's practice, man. Practice. Practice." And they're like, "Yeah." And he's like, "I scored 63 points in the last game. You're talking about practice." It's like fucking.
I'm gonna rewatch it because I literally haven't seen it in about. I think I watched it about 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, he's fucking brilliant, and it's a bit sad really that he had to end up in like Europe playing in like Turkey and things like that, and it's like.
Yeah, because it was such a great.
There's another player that did a very similar thing, and that's Stefan Marbury. He ended up in fucking China. He's still in China as like a coach.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He was like
Yeah, I mean a lot of these NBA players, it's kind of like football, I suppose. Like once they're at the highest, once they're done with the highest game, they go other places for the money,
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? Like sports is mad, and it's different compared to say singing, for example, because you could sing until fucking end of days. But like sports people, they hold on to it, don't they? And I think it is Michael Jordan that says in the Last Dance, and he quotes Patrick Ewing that says they're gonna have to carry me off the court in my final game because I won't give up. And Michael Jordan says, "No, I know when I'm giving up, and that's when I'm at my best."
Yeah.
Which is quite funny because he ended up playing for the Washington Wizards until 2002 or whatever it was.
Yeah, I know.
And he missed a dunk at the All-Star game. But but you get that with sports players. They tend to keep going.
It's their whole lives, I suppose, and it's all they're used to.
Yeah.
And they have such
I get it though,
span.
because we'll take football for example. Playing is set for we'll go with a Man United player, doesn't matter who it is. Playing in front of like 76,000 people week in, week out at Old Trafford, and then all of a sudden you're 35 and you can't run much anymore. And they're like, right, you're going to do your coaching badges. You're like, fuck.
I know, yeah, because the careers are short,
Can you imagine
quite short in football.
35 and you're told you're too old now, it's time to retire?
It'd be, yeah. it's
mental.
intense. It is.
It's actually
crazy,
quite mad that you don't see many like football players go off the rail in that sense.
Yeah,
Afterwards.
I mean, you think so, wouldn't you? They all take
But
up
like
golf.
you tend to find boxers and fighters. They keep going until they're literally punch drunk.
Yeah.
But like football players and like basketball players, they sort of like accept it in a way. It's mad.
Yeah, I don't know. I think
it must be just the way they're brought up. Maybe I'm not sure. But you go from
they know their career's over. I think they know that's when it stops. You know what I mean? I suppose.
it's
And then they just go and
it's
play
just
golf.
mad though, isn't it? Can you imagine like you're a performer and someone just saying you're like getting to the age 35, 36. You're done now, mate. You don't need to go out.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
You'll be like, what?
Yeah, it would suck, man. I'm telling you. It would suck.
I just find that bizarre. I've never really thought about it until just now. That like football players just seem to just get on with it.
Yeah, but I mean,
You tend to find the odd football player like Razor Ruddock that balloons up into a big fat bastard and gets like quite a few health issues that way. But
I think everyone should go out like Zidane,
just headbutt, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's nice, just like thank you to the world.
Just go full. I watched that game, right? I was in Malta and we watched that game in a bar surrounded by French and Italian people. And obviously the Maltese are strange people because they love the British because of obviously World War II. But they also get a lot of Italians over, and because they're so close to Italy, they sort of like them, even though World War II fucked them over. But whatever. So the bar was full of fucking Italians and French. And there's a group of us Brits, and we're like, well, who are we going to support? We don't really like the French, but there's a lot of Italians in here. So if we're going to pick a fight, we might as well join the French. So we're there celebrating the fucking French, who obviously took the lead through Zidane's cheeky penalty. If there's one way you're going to go out of the World Cup, cheeky penalty and a red card.
No messing. Yeah.
Yeah, mental.
It was a good game to be honest. I remember watching. I remember just being gobsmacked, man. I was thinking, what just happened there?
Yeah, it was like one of those. It was like, did he just because the camera panned away, didn't it? And went to with the football, and it's like, oh, what's just happened? It's like, well, what's just happened?
I think it shocked. I think it shocked the world.
And then it was like,
people were like, what?
Oh, here's the replay. Oh yes, he definitely headbutted him. As if it was a shock. He definitely. Oh, is that going to be a red card?
In the chest. Literally, yeah.
If anything, he fucked his head up because he hit him in the chest.
I know he hit him, but that must have hurt, man. Shit.
Right in the sternum. Tell you what, your profile picture is you're a handsome fucker in that profile picture. You got the full fucking photo shoot going on there. As always in the Grand Zero podcast, we are taking some technical difficulties. Still there, Adam, or not? I think he's gone. So what we'll do, we'll probably call it a day there. Hold on, he's typing. Give it a sec. So we just been informed. Adam's phone has died. He didn't realize how long we were going for. So, on that note, cheers to Adam for coming on. A fucking brilliant guest. Fantastic man. Brilliant artist. Go and check out his album. It's on fucking everything. So go and check that out. I'm not sure what it's called. But genuinely, fucking, I love his music. But yeah. Tomorrow, coming up on the Granite Zero podcast, I have Matt, who is the founder of Tidy Butt, which is a mental health charity. Tidy Butt. So stand by for that. And thank you very much, guys. This has been the Granite Zero podcast. I've been Tommo, and this is me. And I'm out. Love it. Love you.